Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new Slaying Shade. If you're new to the Slaying Shades, it's just me doing an okay eye makeup look that I'm going to ruin by the end of the video and talking about my personal opinions on other YouTubers, big influencers, brands, etc. These are just my opinions. I don't encourage anybody to harass anyone. If we disagree, we disagree. That doesn't mean that I think you're awful for liking this person or anything like that. So today we're going to be talking about Lilly Singh, and a lot of people have been talking about her lately, and I just kind of wanted to share where my opinion lies with her. So far I went in with both the ColourPop No Filter Concealer and Foundation. I think I figured out how to like this foundation. Not put a setting powder all over it because it's already matte. I think that's what was making it pretty cakey. So I also used a primer with it, the e.l.f. Tone Adjusting Primer. And then I set with Slay All Day from Gerard Cosmetics, of course. I tightlined with the Maybelline Skinny Precise eyeliner. And I'm going to be going into the Jeffree Star Thirsty palette today. I am going to use most of these darker shades here. Maybe a little subtle, maybe a little stroke, maybe a little snatched. We'll see, because I don't think I've used snatched on here before. So I'm going to go in with some powder first for any fallout. I don't know if I've used Snatched yet or not. I can't remember. Okay, so lately, everybody has been talking about a few things. Lilly Singh and YouTube Rewind. I agree with everybody else that this was the worst YouTube Rewind ever. And everybody just kind of agreed that this is the worst one because YouTube Rewind is supposed to showcase the year, and it didn't do that. And it left me watching it just thinking why are any of these people in here? Emma Chamberlain really was on the come up this year, so I can kind of get that. Nikki Tutorials, very family friendly. That represents the beauty industry. I get that. But Lilly Singh being in it, I did not get. So after this video came out, everybody hated it. Then, not too long afterwards, Forbes released an article that was all about the top earners on YouTube. And this is a mainstream, outlet and everything. So, people took it with a grain of salt. Didn't really pay too much attention to it, Jeffree Star was number 5, and he had tweeted that he was very happy about that. That he was just thankful for being on the list. Jake Paul was on it, Ryan's Toys, and I mean, I kind of doubt that he makes the most. But anyway, so this is a mainstream outlet, releasing this, trying to act like it knows YouTube. So nobody really seemed to have a problem with it except for Lilly. So Lilly tweets out essentially that there are no females on the list. She said that last year she was the only woman on the list. Now this year there are none, and that she is afraid that the laddie don't. And she is afraid that we're going to resort back to ancient industries. So a lot of people had issue with this because they said that she was playing the gender card. I felt like she kind of was, but when I read it, I took it as a she seems to be kind of pissed off that she's not on there. That's how it felt to me, and I think it felt that way to a lot of other people too. And so she kind of got dragged for it because they're like, hey, these just so happen to be men, but they've been putting in all of this time on YouTube. A lot of them are uploading every single day, like Jake Paul, like Logan Paul and stuff. And even if we don't like them, it doesn't matter because that's who's making the money, And I'm sure the list was, kind of wrong anyway. So I think, when people were saying that they were upset about what she said, she completely denounced all the men that cared. She was like, you're a man and you're complaining why this doesn't concern you. Well, it kind of does because it came off like she didn't appreciate all of the men and the new type of content and stuff that was on there. So I can kind of get it, and playing the gender card doesn't really sit well with me, especially with her, because She is a massive creator. She has a large following. She still pulls in like millions of views, you know? And I was never really a fan of hers because like my sense of humor as far as like sketch comedy is like Mr. Show and Tim and Eric, you know, that kind of thing. So her stuff was always juvenile to me and I just really didn't care. I didn't not like her and I still don't like hate her or anything. Sometimes I think people should just keep their mouths shut. And they make fools of themselves. And that's kind of what she said next. She said, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything. Well, I don't have a lot of nice things to say, but I'm allowed to have an opinion, so I'm going to share it. And, you know, she went back and forth with some people, like, tweeting and stuff, and it was just, she just kept looking worse and worse. And it did make me, like, kind of feel some type of way about her, but not, like I said, I don't hate anybody but Jamie Josta from Hatebreed. That will always be the case. So, I mean, you know, I think that she's paved the way for a lot of other, like, female creators and, like, comedy on YouTube. But the thing is that she's just not with it anymore. You know, like we got so many a new type of content, like with Shane Dawson and everything, that like a lot of these big creators still have a very loyal fan base. They still get the views. They're still like relevant in a lot of ways, but people are just kind of growing out of them, especially when you don't do anything that new. So to me, it felt like she was sort of like, oh, I can't believe I'm not on there. Then twisted it around to be like, I can't believe there's no women on there. But when you think about it, like if we did a YouTube rewind for real, what have we been talking about all year? Jake Paul, Logan Paul, Shane Dawson and his docuseries, the boxing matches, you know, KSI and all that stuff. Like those were like really big major things that happened, and they were not in YouTube Rewind. None of us were talking about Lily until this happened. So I guess like good for her, because I guess she's a little more relevant now. I don't know. But, you know how I feel about people calling people irrelevant. You know, I'm just saying, like, in the YouTube space, she's not doing anything new. She's not doing anything, like, ultra creative. She's not, you know, like, the trends on YouTube have changed. And listen, I understand that she has, like, a loyal fan base, and that's why she's doing okay. You know, it just made me feel like she was a little salty that she wasn't on there. So this brings me to like why I really wanted to make this video. So she had released like a video essentially responding to Angelica OLS. Now, if you don't know who she is, I'm going to link her channel down below. She is my favorite female commentary channel. She says sis all the time. She's the only one that says it where like it doesn't make me like kind of cringe, because her voice is just so soothing to listen to. Oh, she's gorgeous. She's funny. And she has a series called Road to Irrelevancy. Most of the time, she never calls these people that she's talking about irrelevant. She kind of talks about like the content that they're making, maybe some stupid things that they've put out, like Zoella's advent calendar stuff, or when she put out her book that was just ridiculous. It's just steps to be like, okay, you may be on the road to irrelevancy. So I guess, according to Lily, somebody had tagged her or told her about this video. Obviously, she did not watch this video because she got pissed thinking that Angelica called her irrelevant, which she didn't. She went through her views and was like, she's still doing good, sis, you know? And oh, I love her so much. You have to subscribe to her. But anyway, so she wasn't even like mean. I'm probably going to be more mean in this video than she was. But so she took it as her being called irrelevant. And she went on, I think it was Snapchat, and she was talking about, oh, somebody made this video, like, saying that I'm irrelevant, and you know what, like, I'm not just YouTube. YouTube is just one part of me. And you can tell, like, she's getting a little worked up, but trying not to be. And she starts talking about, oh, I'm writing a book, so I'm relevant. I have some acting work coming up. that makes me relevant. So it's like, oh, I don't care about YouTube because I have all these other things going on. So what bothered me about that was, first of all, she didn't use Angelica's name. And she was very condescending, as if she was talking to her. And that's another female creator, right? So that's how much you care about other female creators. That's what gets me. Don't act like you support women and you're all about us and supporting each other. Like, you couldn't even use her name. You couldn't even bother to watch Angelica's video. Like, it's ridiculous. So she's condescending and acting, you know, this way towards another female creator, a creator that she didn't even watch the video from. And she's just creating like this own narrative of, I'm not irrelevant, blah, blah, blah. Can't wait to read your book. You know what I mean? So the truth is, though, is that none of us have been talking about her. Like, that's great that she has all of these other things going on, but it also shows on her channel. She doesn't upload that often. When she does, it's super boring, you know? And what also bothers me is that she said a little while ago that she was going to be taking a break from YouTube. So she's like, I just need to, you know, get myself together, like mentally, you know, everybody should take care of themselves, and just like emotionally and mentally, I'm just kind of drained. I just need a break. Stop using mental health as an excuse. These people are driving me nuts. So she says she's taking a break, right? But while she was off on her little break, all she was doing collaborations for Christmas. Like, that's all she was doing. So she was still working. It had nothing to do with her mental health. It had everything to do with trying to like revive her channel more, you know? Why can't people just be honest? Why can't they just say, like, I'm going to be off of here for a while, even though I don't upload that often anyway, because I'm going to be working on a lot of collabs that'll hopefully get me a lot of views and will be like really cool, you know? Okay, don't use shit like that as a fucking excuse. I hate that, you know? That's like some Manny MUA level shit. So anyway, so she's doing all of like these collabs and stuff, okay? So she had to say that she was taking a break, but she really wasn't. She was working. But what about your mental health? I don't understand. She had to go through and name all of these things that like make her so relevant when nobody called her irrelevant. But she doesn't upload that often. She doesn't really follow any kind of like a trend. I mean, which is cool because like do your own thing, but at the same time, like your content is boring, you know? So maybe she felt like if she got enough like other YouTubers involved, she could kind of get some more views. I'm going in with the Moonlight Pearls highlighter from e.l.f. I just want a little tiny glow today. So that's another thing that bothered me was, you know, her talking that way as if she were like, you know, she's just so condescending. And if you were so secure and YouTube wasn't that big of a part of you and you're so secure in yourself and not being irrelevant, then why did you have to name all of those things that make you relevant? You know what I mean? And I'd love to see what this acting gig is going to be. Oh my. So I just felt like it was pretty shady of her to not even watch that video, not even say Angelica's name. She didn't call her, you know, irrelevant. She just pointed out a lot of the same things that like I never did and stuff. So she has all these other projects she's working on, so she isn't focused on YouTube, you know? And the way that she acted towards Angelica like makes me feel like, you know, where are you at promoting small female creators, you know? If you want to be like, oh, you know, women are important and we're strong and we need to be represented, which I think that you are represented fairly well. I just got mascara in there. Oh, that always happens. I can fix that though. So I'm like, what is the problem? You know what I mean? And so that Snapchat like really bothered me. I don't really care for it when people can't mention people's names. I think it's kind of like cowardly in a way. But this is the most, like I said, we have talked about her. I just feel like this whole like feminist, like women kind of stuff is bullshit. And I don't like it. I think I might skip the blush for today. I have like some rosiness going on, but I am going to go in with, maybe, I don't know what lipstick I want to go in with. I have Triggered down here from Jeffree Star, but it is like really, really dark. Let me see here. I think I'll go into Skinny Dip from Gerard Cosmetics. So you guys let me know how you feel about this. How did you feel about YouTube Rewind? I mean, this year had nothing to do with Lily, but she's in there. Nobody's been talking about her as much as we are now. And I just feel like just because there wasn't a woman on some mainstream stupid list, like who cares? There were women in YouTube Rewind, you know, and I feel like, now I'm getting a little heated. I feel like and I hate to say the word privileged, but she does have a lot of privilege. She's massive on YouTube still. She still brings in the views. She still makes the money. Apparently she has a book and some kind of acting gig, and that's great. So why does she have to come off like she's so fucking ungrateful? You know what I mean? Like, look at all that you have, and you still have to find something to complain about. I mean, the women on YouTube that are popular, that kind of hold on to those top spaces, a lot of us have outgrown, or they're just not doing anything new, or there's new types of content, you know, that we're discovering through YouTube. It doesn't mean that she's irrelevant. It doesn't mean that, you know, she doesn't matter or anything. It's just that we all kind of, our tastes change. We all sort of go through a phase with somebody. We just kind of outgrow people, you know? And she knows like, oh, nobody's ever been on the top forever. Well, you just talking about it makes it out to seem like you're bitter and you're ungrateful, you know? And that's just how I feel about it. I'm going to use this Slay All Day again. Whew. So fuck that girl power shit and all that stuff. That video, her talking about Angelica just like really pissed me off. So she has all these other things going on. She doesn't care about YouTube. Then don't complain about it, you know? And don't be that type of woman that acts like you want women to be represented, but you can't even speak to one. Like you can't even watch a video by one. You can't even say her name. You have to be condescending. I hate that shit. I just absolutely hate it. I am not a fan of hers. Maybe I'll get her book though and like totally drag it. Like I'll read it and then we can discuss or something. But this year wasn't about her. And I feel like, you know, she got what she wanted because now everybody's talking about her, you know, including me. But I just think that some people should think before they tweet, you know. So you know, she's doing all these collabs and oh, I thought you were taking a break from mental health. No, you know, so it's all just very shady to me. So you guys let me know what you think. This is the finished look. I did use Snatched. I will have to take this off with like a Q-tip and some makeup remover because I tend to talk and like my eyes are very like expressive and boom, mascara everywhere. So, yeah, so thank you guys for watching. Subscribe if you feel like it. Definitely check out Angelica OLS. I will leave a link for the video that she actually did on Lily so that you guys can see for yourself how not dragging Angelica was. And I'll see you guys in the next video. I'll leave my link for Twitter down below. Love and hugs. Bye.